What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch-along, op-along if we want to call it. Tottenham against Manchester United, Saturday night football. We're just here just to see what happens, really. We don't, to be honest, I don't even know which team I would rather gets beat, but we're here anyway. No green screen today as well. For the ops, we don't even give them, the full coverage. Although I have put the graphics on for them today, actually, because I thought it just looked a little bit better. But big up to everyone locked in. We will have all the green screen and everything for the Arsenal game on Monday, of course. So big up to everyone tuned in. Let me know in the comments who you want to win. Cruz there, give me a look at this guy, blonde hair, Arsenal shirt. What's going on here? Look at this. You think you are a young Rashford?
Yes, sir.
Got the Arsenal shirt on.
Yep.
What do you say? Give me a score prediction. Tottenham, Man U.
I'm going 2-1 Tottenham.
2-1 Tottenham here. Man U weren't very good on against Wolves, was they? So give me a goal scorers.
I think Richarlison will score.
Yeah.
And Kulusevski.
Yeah, and who for Man U?
Who are they playing?
It's always Rashford or Bruno.
Oh, yeah. I think Mount will score,
Mount. All right,
yeah.
If you get them right, we'll get you on after.
Yes, sir.
There you go. You're making the Arsenal kit look decent, to be fair. I'm not getting it, though. I can't lie, people. Listen, big up to everyone locked in. Spurs fans protesting about ticket prices. Cheap tickets, £65. Cruz looking cold. They're bigging you up in the comments. 3-2 to Spurs. Let's go through the team anyway. Man said looking Glazers out. Green and gold, yeah. Well, no, man, I reckon the yard man thing, although, they haven't been doing too much anyway. Yes, Big C tuning in from San Diego, California. We're waiting for our first hurricane. Wow, that's crazy. I was there not long ago as well, Cali, so hope everyone's safe over there, man. That's the thing with them weathers. We are quite fortunate in England, to be fair, that the weather, we don't get them wild weathers, although we do get rubbish weather most of the time. Let's go through the teams quick. We do kick off in about 10 minutes. Apologies, I was a little bit late. So the Tottenham team, do you know what? I genuinely didn't even know the name of this goalkeeper, Vicario in goal. I don't think I've seen him play. I saw a few highlights when they got him from Italy. So Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Destiny at left back. It says Destiny to get next to me. If you know, you know, people. Anyway, Van der Ven, who's the new guy they bought. He gave away a penalty nearly last week. Romero. Then they got Pepe, Sarr, Basuma and Maddison, the midfield three. Kulusevski, Son and Richarlison. I think Richarlison is playing up front and Son's on the left. I know a lot of Tottenham fans have been saying that Son should play up front because he's a better finisher, but Richarlison maybe is a better striker. I don't know. He played up front for Brazil, so maybe that role will suit him better. The Man United team, people. Destiny Indomie, the left back. The Man United team. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. It's all about... Yeah, Anana's in goal, people. Wan-Bissaka at right back. Luke Shaw left back. Lisandro and Champions League Varane at centre back. Casemiro, Mount and Bruno. Now, I have to say, that midfield got torn to shreds on Monday against Wolves. Casemiro being left as the lone six by himself, getting absolutely bopped, and Mount and Bruno nowhere to be seen. Somebody is going to have to play next to Casemiro. Garnacho, Anthony and Rashford. I don't know if anybody's seen. Anthony looks like there's some accusations going on anyway in his personal life. We won't talk too much about that. Innocent until proven guilty. Garnacho on the left, Rashford up front. I love Rashford. I think he's an outstanding footballer. But up front, it doesn't really work, man. On the left, yeah, man, he's potent. But on through the middle with his back to goal, it's not the best, I can't lie. So I'm not sure about that one. South London's finest, Big C, have you got the third kit? I haven't copped it, I can't lie. Unless I get super hyped and we're winning some crazy games, I probably won't be buying the away kit or the third kit. I'm not going to lie. I think the home kit is the best Arsenal kit this season. The away kit, even though Cruz is rocking it and he does make it look better, to be fair, probably suits the youngsters more, innit? The third kit, that button at the top probably keeps me away from it. But, you know, don't quote me. You know, if we beat Palace 4-0 on Monday, next day delivery, you'll probably see me in it on Tuesday. So, yeah, don't quote me on that, people. I'm very much reactive when it comes to the results. Big up Ryan, who says big up from Jamaica. Big up Chris, Man United fan, said, Curtis, I'm not happy with that lineup. Same team that struggled last weekend. I mean, when you look on the bench, the Tottenham bench, Skip, Højbjerg, Emerson, Sanchez, Perisic, Forster, Solomon, Davis and Lo Celso. Man United bench, McTominay, Dalot, Lindelof, Ericsson, Martial, Sancho, Palestri, Henderson and Vite. I mean, United really, McTominay or Ericsson, you could have put in the double pivot next to Casemiro and been a little bit more defensive. But as I always say, pressure finds its way on these managers. When you spend 60 odd million pound on a player, the owner's going, well, hang on, how come he's on the bench for your biggest game so far this season? So managers are under pressure. But that Mount Casemiro and Bruno midfield looked shocking the other day. Not a fan of the new Emirates Fly Better on the kits. Haven't bought one since they changed it. Knuckles said, I can't have Spurs or United winning. A few embarrassing goals would be nice. Maybe a draw is the ideal result. But we'll have to see. I've got to be honest. Who do I think is going to win this game? See, the crazy thing is, Tottenham have got a new keeper. I'm still not convinced by that back four. I do think their midfield is better. Basuma and Maddison obviously weren't in their midfield last year. And their front three, we just don't really know at the moment what you're going to get out of that front three, because Kane's gone. How good is Richarlison going to be up front? He looked all right for Brazil up front. Hasn't looked so good for Tottenham up front. I'm really not sure with that Tottenham team. Man United team as well is a little bit... The back five is quite good. The midfield doesn't have balance. And the front three... Antony's a player that I don't rate. And Garnacho is a young player I do think has got talent. And Rashford up front, it could be a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think there will be goals in this game, but I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I don't think... I can see both teams attacking and troubling them, you know. Basuma's going to have a good season. Listen, £30 million for him. And I think they paid £40 million for Maddison. You know, that was some shrewd business. I won't be doing a watch-along for the City-Newcastle game, unfortunately, straight after. I'm going to be getting food with the family and stuff. You need a Jamaican Cup to go with that kit. Yeah, man, I mean, as I said, you know, mugging ourselves off. What's that? Arsenal lover. I got my debut match for my team. Any tips? Listen, just do your best. Play to your strengths. Simple and grow into the game. You know, that's the advice I would say. Simon says, man, you were terrible last week, but do play much better on the counter on Tottenham's new style, mate. So that's a great point. That United team is probably more suited to playing away from home, soaking up a Tottenham attack and then springing on the counter attack. Big up to Simon. Madupe said, won't even lie, that stadium is beautiful. I wouldn't use the word beautiful, but, you know, I'm not going to cap it. It is a very nice stadium. But, yeah, it's we still call it the toilet. It's still the toilet. Our Gabbies have been called up for Brazil. Good news and bad news, because, you know, I'm always concerned that players are going to get injured. But I'm delighted for both of them. You know, Gabriel Magalhaes, Gabriel Martinelli, both called up for the international break for Brazil. I just hope they come back fit and well, you know. Obviously, Gabriel Jesus still injured at the moment. Big C, when he coming to Jamaica? I know Robbie was talking about doing a tour. In the next, I think he said maybe the start of next year. So maybe we'll be over. Not going to lie, but the third kit looks decent, says Brad. I will have an Arsenal video out Probably first thing in the morning we'll put that out. Nuno transfer to Forest is off. I haven't even seen that, so big up for letting me know. That's a shame. Listen, Arsenal selling players, it can always get a bit techie, can't it? To be fair, they probably realised it's the guy that got dragged off. Destiny is doing a gig with Beyonce at the toilet after the game. Would rather have Nando's win than United, says Fogger. Big up Ant, who says, big up Curtis, don't get to join these watch-alongs live very often. Happy to be here for some information and entertainment. Big up yourself. Alami, hi Curtis, love from Singapore. Thank you for the super chat. Different background today for the ops. No green screen, but I did put the graphics up. But the green screen will be back for the Arsenal game. We're about to get underway. Give me a score predictions in the comments. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I am sitting on the fence slightly. But yeah, I just can't call it. Both teams are a little bit unpredictable at the moment, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see. I think in the first game, they looked a little bit better, Tottenham, but they did concede 2 goals as well. So, yeah, we'll see. We're underway, people. We are underway. Tottenham against Manchester United. We're here purely for vibes. It's a vibe along this one. If only both teams could lose the game, would be even better. Yeah, understand talks between Nottingham Forest and Arsenal for Nuno Tavares are not easy. The deal is getting complicated. The player is now considering other options. Type of deal, loan or permanent, still being. Forest were willing to pay 30 million. I just don't believe that. I do not believe that Forest were willing to pay 30 million, but if they were, it's unbelievable. Early chance for Tottenham. Son on the volley. Drags it wide. Simon said Nuno has rejected 4 clubs. The issue is not Arsenal. Listen, fair play to him for even having 4 clubs that want to sign him. And if he's saying no to Forest because he believes he's got a better option, then fair play to him. Listen, we have to, from our point of view, we're going to be frustrated. If Forest were prepared to pay 30 million, first of all, you're wild. But he's going to do the best for himself. And if he's got better options than Nottingham Forest, then he's going to take it. But it's a shame. If they would have prepared to pay 30 million, would have been crazy. D-Lo said, I hate this fixture. Can't stand both. 0-0 draw, the best result. Just purely for the vibes. I'd rather it was a score draw than a 0-0 draw. I'd like to see, maybe 4 goals. And them draw the game like that, Looks like beggars can't be choosers. I show speed. Listen, there must be a few clubs in for him. Because you would have thought Forest, he might have taken that if they'd have paid him a good wage and played him every week. But clearly he's got better options. So it is what it is, people. Here come Manchester United left-hand side there. First attack. Garnacho finds Anthony who shoots it. Goes over the bar. He's got a really interesting shooting technique, Anthony, and I honestly think he's going under the radar for how poor a signing he's been at Man United. And I'm not saying this to get at Man United fans. It's just, I remember when we signed Pepe produced better numbers than Anthony, cost less, and he was getting annihilated, Anthony's been really poor at United, but we'll see. Maybe he can go up to another level. Big up S. Ronnie, big up Big C, love from Maryland, USA, 2-1 to United. You going for? Maybe they'll hit them on the break. Have you seen McAllister's challenge? Do you think it was a red? I didn't actually see it, Gunts. Big up Gunts, by the way. I didn't see it. I heard it on Sky Sports News as I was editing, and they were saying it might get overturned. So, yeah, Liverpool, obviously. What was the score? Liverpool 3-1, I think. Did it finish? I actually haven't even seen the final results. I know Brighton were winning 4. Brighton won 4-1 against Wolves. Brentford beat Fulham 3-0. With no Ivan Toney, man, they're still producing. Liverpool won 3-1. Diaz, Salah and Jota. Big up Jerome, who said 0-0 draw, 4 red cards each. Yeah, we'll take that. Suspensions galore. We play Man United in a few weeks, actually. So, yeah, red card maybe to Varane or Casemiro or Rashford would be great. Anthony is very one-dimensional, says D-Lo. I agree with that. Genuinely can't believe how poorly United have handled Greenwood's situation. Nothing surprises me in football. Nothing surprises me. You find that in football, money will go ahead of morals very, very quickly. I always said football, it's a meat factory, you know. If you've got some use to that club, they will put up with a lot of madness to get you in that team. Garnacho twisting and turning, shoots. Good save by Vicario. Bounced just in front of him. Marcus said, Curtis, what do you think of Szoboszlai? Should we have got him instead of Havertz? What I've seen of Szoboszlai in Germany, very good player. I haven't really watched him much at Liverpool as of yet. Listen, you know my opinion on Havertz. I wouldn't have paid 65 million for him. I wouldn't have signed him. But let me give him time before I give you my ultimate judgment of the player. Mitrovic in Saudi, 50 million. Money talks, man. These men are off. Fulham could find themselves in a relegation battle, letting him go. And the rumours Willian's going to go as well. Amo said, I cannot believe they're bringing him back. I think somebody said it on the stream the other day. If Mason Greenwood's talent level was at the level of, you know, Brandon Williams or McTominay, they'd have sacked him. But because he's a good player, they're going to do a madness that I think they'll get a huge backlash. I said the other day, you know, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but I think Man United are making a huge mistake by bringing Greenwood back. They're the biggest club in England, and I think the backlash they get will be absolutely huge over that. I honestly do. But it is what it is. It is what it is. What can I say? Szoboszlai looked gravy today, man. I'm actually, yeah, listen, talented. No doubt about his talent. Big up Lewis, who says 1-1 Rashford. Madison, new to the channel. Enough love, Curtis. I'm a big Arsenal fan. Big up yourself, Lewis. Appreciate you tuning in. Big up everyone watching on Twitch, everyone watching on YouTube. The whole C unit. Big up yourselves. Here purely for vibes tonight, people. Big up Dre. Big up Curtis in the chat. Hope you're well, bro. We're here for vibes. Lissandro on the ball. Man United probably... Somebody is down injured at the moment. For Man United, it's Bruno. So no doubt there's nothing, probably nothing wrong with him. He's got a slight kick there, follow through. Szoboszlai looked good against Championship level Bournemouth. Well, no, listen, they're still a, well, they're not a great Premier League team, but I do think Szoboszlai has got some talent. Ronnie, I didn't even read answer your question. Apologies. Who is the dark horse team this season? It's hard to say dark horse. I think Newcastle will surprise people because I think everybody's expecting a big drop off from them with Champions League football. And listen, looking at the first 2 weeks of the season, you'd have to say Brighton. A lot of people have looked at Brighton and gone, oh, lost McAllister, lost Caicedo, not going to be the same team. I think they've scored 8 goals in 2 games. Doesn't look like they're missing them. They have a unique ability to just sell, buy someone else and go again. So I think Newcastle, because even me, to be honest, I said Newcastle won't get top 4 this year. You look at the way they played last week, they look like they could. It'll be interesting how they do later on against City. So I would say Brighton, Newcastle. I think a lot of people were saying Aston Villa, but they've lost Buendia, they've lost Mings. We'll see with them. We'll see. But yeah, I think Brighton and Newcastle. Melbourne said, don't want to sound negative, but don't have any faith with Mikel for any trophy. I think he has to win something this year. You have no divine right to win a trophy at any club, but I just think now, with the amount of money, the amount of investment, the amount of time, you got to see Arsenal win a trophy. But we'll see. Here come Man United on the counter-attack. Anthony. Great ball out wide. Finds Garnacho. They seem to be getting joy on this left-hand side. Luke Shaw on the overlap. Pulls it to Shaw. It's blocked by Porro. Goes out for a corner to Manchester United. Big up James, who said the man, the myth, the legend, Curtis Shaw TV. Big up yourself, bro. Nimbo said, I've got 3 tabs open at the same time. Curtis, the game, and X. I respect it. Big up X as well, man. Mitoma's goal today. I haven't seen any of the goals. I think I saw Luis Diaz's goal. That was about it. How much is Mitoma? Yeah, listen. At Brighton, they'd get a fortune for him. They'd probably get 70 million plus for him. Frimpong, what a game today v Leipzig. He scored and Simikan got a lot of problems with it. That's interesting. Corner whipped in. Goes back out. I think it's another corner. On the other side this time. Diaz back outside redemption. See, I like Diaz, Marcel. I rate him highly. His goal today was quality. Flick up and hit. Baller, man. Top player. People saying Mitoma goal of the season. Do you know what? Because you're hyping me now saying that, I need to see it now. Let's just watch this corner. Mason Mount to take it. Away swinger. Steep to the back post. Headed in the air and headed over by Varane. Maybe he could have left that to Rashford. Who did Brighton play? Wolves versus Brighton. I need to see this goal. People are telling me it's a potential goal of the season candidate. Let's have a look. Can I even get the highlights yet? All right, where are we? Where's Mitoma? What was the score? 4-1. Where's the goal? No. I don't think you can even get the goals up yet. I'll go on Twitter and get it. Let's have a look. This game's going a bit slow anyway. The ball's gone out for a throw. Mitoma. I need to see the goal. People saying Mitoma's now worth 100 million on Twitter. That's the first thing I've just seen. Mitoma, where's the goal? There's no video. Oh, here we go. Cuts in. Pass 1. Pass 2. Pace. 3. It's a great goal. It's a brilliant goal. He's electric. He's absolutely electric. I wouldn't be surprised if someone buys him in this window. It's a great goal. I think the problem with Mitoma at the moment is his position. If he was a right winger, I guarantee he'd have been bought by now. It's the fact he plays on the left. I always say it. You look at the big 6 teams in the Premier League at the moment. Manchester City have Grealish. Arsenal have Martinelli. Man United have Rashford. Liverpool have Diaz. Tottenham have got Son. None of them desperately need a left winger. If he played on the right, I guarantee one of those clubs would have been in for him by now. I think that's the only problem, but I do rate him highly. Big up Stephen, who said, big up Curtis Shaw, one of the best football podcasters. Appreciate that, bro. Big up Omar C Unit. Big up yourself. Mitoma to Chelsea, 150 million. It wouldn't surprise you, would it? Altia Hall said, I'm going to be upset if we sell Balogun to Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, Dharmesh Chef broke that yesterday that Chelsea want Balogun, which I'm going to talk. I've got a pre-recorded video coming out first thing tomorrow morning. Didn't put one out yesterday. First of all, if you're Mikel Arteta, surely you've got to sit there and think, Monaco want him, Inter want him, Chelsea want him, Tottenham have inquired. Actually, should I actually just keep him and use him? Do you know what I mean? Or you know, there's a reason all these clubs want him. I don't think Chelsea would want Eddie Nketiah. No disrespect. I'm just saying it as it is. Here's Marcus Rashford into the area. Rashford is saved by Vicario up in the air. And Tottenham clear it. The goalkeeper actually did really well there to cut off the angle. I think Rashford tried to chip the goalkeeper. Wasim, the green screen's off today. Green screen's off. Give it a break. It's the ops anyway. We're vibing. But yeah, if you're selling him to Chelsea, the price has got to be very high, and you've got to put a big sell-on clause there. You've got to put a big sell-on clause or a buyback. I'd be asking for 60, 70 million, like Brad said. Perfect. Over 50 I would want. I'd want 60 million minimum. They paid 88 million for Mudryk, who'd had one good year in the Ukrainian league. I would want 60 million plus, and I would say I want 20% sell-on clause. What's going to be interesting, he's trained with the team all week. If you look in all the training videos that they're putting out, he's training. He's not being linked with Monaco as much now. I just wonder if there's been a change of mindset with Arteta, you know. So I'm not sure. It would be interesting. I hope he stays. I hope he stays. But let's see. Let's see if he's on the bench against Palace. He wasn't even on the bench for the Community Shield or the Forest game. Arteta stubborn, said Amma. Listen, there may be pressure on Arteta to sell him to balance the books. We've spent 210 million. Great touch there by Bruno. What a ball that is outside of the foot. Rashford, right hand side, gets into the penalty area. 2 step overs. Great ball into Wan-Bissaka. Pulls it back. Great chance. What a block that is by Romero. Poor first touch by Garnacho. Should have done better and it's cleared. Now Tottenham can break. Garnacho could have scored there. Lovely move. His first touch was a little bit heavy, just behind the penalty spot. And it was a good block by Romero, but the heavy touch helped him. Omar, I said 2-2 as well. Latte said we need to hire all the Brighton scouts. They are unbelievable at finding these players. The problem you find, though, all the time is, I always say the expectation and the demand is different. Brighton can go to South America and spend £3 million on a guy that we've never heard of, who ultimately ends up being Caicedo. If we signed him, our fans would be asking for more. It's Kulusevski. Good tackle by Alessandro. It goes out for a corner. The pressure on Brighton to succeed is not the same, so they can buy players that we've never heard of that are cheap. And if it doesn't work out, the fans will go, no problem. They don't mind. The pressure's not the same. Arsenal fans, we are demanding. We want to catch Man City. Would we allow Arteta to go and buy 2, 3, 4 unknown players and develop them? You know, that's the problem. Yeah, it is the Jamaica top settings. Someone said earlier, are you wearing a Norwich shirt? I was like, yo, relax, man. Relax. Corner to Tottenham. It'll be James Maddison to take it. Away swinger flicked on. Goes out for a goal kick. Poor header at the near post by Pepe Sarr. If we can get 65 million for him off Chelsea, then it will be like we just swapped him for Havertz, which isn't bad. But I still wouldn't have done it. Play Balogun. Crazy how Havertz money, we could have bought someone like Xavi Simons. I love Xavi Simons. I watched him last week against Bayern. He was ridiculous. He says, that's not true, Big C. We were bringing in gems in the early Wenger years when we were winning silverware with Paul Cesc off Barca. The key thing, like what you're saying is correct. What you also have to bear in mind is that was 15 years ago. We signed Cesc Fabregas. That was 20 years ago we signed Cesc Fabregas. Times have changed, my friend. Times have changed. We're not the same Arsenal. The Premier League ain't the same. It's Kulusevski right-hand side. Got an opportunity to cross it. Lisandro comes across. Another good block. Goes out for the corner. Back in them days there, the early 2000s, who was winning the league? Arsenal or Man United? Now, Man City are ridiculously dominant. You know, you're dealing with United, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, Brighton equality, Newcastle equality. You know, that was 20 years ago. That's why Arsene Wenger left. Because the game had changed. You couldn't do what you was doing 20 years ago. So, yeah, you know, it's not the same. Kamani said Curtis got you on the stream. Corner to Tottenham, whipped in, flicked away, comes out to Son, who's the new Tottenham captain. They're forced all the way back to the halfway line. Big up Jerome said, play Balogun. I hope we do, man. Big up Dread with the super sticker. Appreciate that, bro. Vegas Gunner Curtis, how crushing would it be if we sold Balogun to Chelsea, then he blows up and Havertz ends up being a bust? That's always the risk, innit? You know, I would not feel good selling Balogun to Chelsea, even if the money was good. But if they offer big money, the club will sell him, in my opinion. It's weird not to see Balogun in the first team. Listen, at least give him a chance off the bench and see what he's about. Tottenham on the ball. Starting to get a bit more possession. Basuma looking very accomplished in midfield. Hardly kicked a ball under Antonio Conte, which was weird considering he bought him, but maybe he didn't buy him. Latte said our scouts find Bambi, Fabio and Ketia. They find Caicedo, McAllister, Matoma, Enciso and Solly March. That boy Enciso, man, what a player he is. Ivan said we should have bought Danny Olmo. I think he got a hat-trick, didn't he, last week against Bayern. World Cup final watch-along. Oh, that's a good point, actually. I didn't even think of that. I think that was on in the morning, innit? 11 o'clock. It could do. Could do. Free kick to Tottenham. Maddison whips it in. Headed away at the near post. Not a great delivery. Comes back out to Son, left-hand side. Up against Anthony. Plays it down the line. Referee says no. Goes out for a goal kick to Man United. Slow start to the game. Melbourne said Bissouma's better than Caicedo. I suppose time will tell. Let's see how good Caicedo is or isn't for Chelsea. But Bissouma, it's a player that, I think a lot of Arsenal fans wanted us to get, including me. I rated him highly, and 30 million was a bargain, I suppose. Chelsea going to be a problem this season. Who do they actually... they got West Ham. West Ham too. That'll be a tough game. Ward-Prowse tack, set-piece deliveries. Let's see how good Chelsea are tomorrow. That's a tough game for them. This is a very scrappy game at the moment. Here's Anthony. Nice, well, not a nice flick. Tries to flick it, but gives it away. I can't lie, it's a highlight. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to lie. I haven't watched any of the Women's World Cup in terms of the full game. I haven't watched the 90 minutes of any of the games. I watched a little bit of the England game the other day against Australia. And I watched a little bit of Jamaica against Brazil. And that's it. So, free kick there. Conceded by... who is that? Odogi. Is that Destiny? Yeah, Destiny gives away a free kick there. Big up Ammo, new member. Member stream start of the week. Probably looking at Tuesday. We'll do the game Monday. Maybe we'll do the member stream Tuesday. Here's Rashford. Rashford shoots, shots, block, goes out for a corner. Tuesday, we'll do it. Yeah, member stream Tuesday. That would make sense. Semi-final against Oz was competitive. Corner to Man United. 20 minutes gone. We haven't really had a big chance yet. Hey, Mr. Just cool, my brother. Just cool. Tuesday, midday. Women's World Cup has been so good. It's been nice having football at a good time for us Australians. Yeah, with it being in Australia. Bruno Fernandes, corner, away swinger, headed away at the near post. Comes out to Anthony, terrible touch. Tottenham clear it, goes all the way to Onana, who's basically on the halfway line. Smashes it out wide. What a ball that is by Onana. Great ball out wide. Garnacho, he's got players in there. He picks out the wrong pass. Rashford is fuming. What a ball by Onana there. Sprays it. Was he onside, Garnacho? I think he's off. Oh, he might just have been on. Could have picked out Rashford. Pick him out now. What are you waiting for? Tries to go for the more difficult pass to Anthony, and it gets blocked. Listen, one thing I would say from an Arsenal point of view, and I know it's early in the game, it's hard to make a judgment, but you're not looking at either one of these teams with any fear, is what I would say. I would look at both of these teams and think, I would like to think we're going to be better than both of them this season. Tottenham playing out from the back under a lot of pressure there. Big up Solaris, said, hey Curtis, it's my birthday today. Can I get a shout out? Big up to you on your birthday. Hope you had a great day or celebrating. I feel like Onana's going to do some crazy things this year. I think he's brilliant on the ball. There's going to be a time where I think he'll get caught in possession. I've seen that happen a few times when he was at Ajax on the highlights. Richarlison just dives there and tries to get a free kick. Bruno, great ball out wide, outside of the foot, finds Garnacho. They're definitely getting joy down this side. Bruno, oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. If Rashford's onside, you've just denied us the assist of the season. Oh my days. Bruno's ball in there was absolutely... Is Rashford onside? He might be. What a ball in from Bruno that is. Little skill. That would have been the assist of the season. Was Rashford onside there? I couldn't tell. Look close. Look, Onana again. He gets in risky situations, and then he overhits it. What a ball in from Bruno. That would have been the assist of the season. And Rashford heads it over. Yeah, Bruno, that pass is unreal. I can't even lie. I'll be so angry if I played that ball and man puts it over the bar. United definitely hitting Tottenham up on the break. It's Shaw and Garnacho again. Shaw tries to get away from Porro, pulls it back. Bruno Fernandes shoots. It's blocked. Hits the referee. I thought when the ball hit the ref, you had to stop the game. The ref just says play on. Alessandro, United are hitting them on the break. Why is everyone hating on Ramsdale? Are they hating on Ramsdale? I haven't really heard a lot of hate on him. Given away by Casemiro, who hasn't looked great. Here's a race. Son against Varane. I think Varane's held him up. Son, 1v1. He skips him. Varane tries to pull him back. Son. Chance for Tottenham. Oh, Kulusevski. Saved by Onana. Poor shot. The Rabona was wild. It was. Wow, Son dealt with Varane there. Varane looked scared. 1v1. Simply cuts inside him. Varane can't cope. Gives it to Saar. Thought he was going to hit it. Finds Kulusevski. Why is he hitting the ball so soft there? He's got to really put his foot through that. Again, some terrible spending by Arsenal. How much did we pay? 60 for Havertz. Barnes or Olmo are much better. Have you seen today's rumours? Partey leaving for Turkey? Yeah, I don't see it happening. I think we're all right. Do you rate Garnacho? I think he's just another Makeda or Januzaj. I think he's decent. It's hard to tell if he's going to be a superstar or he's just a good youngster yet. I don't know. The key is end product. A lot of young players are dangerous and lively. It's about whether you're scoring and getting assists at the end of it. That's the difference. Oh my God, Rashford just done the dirtiest nutmeg on that Van der Ven. That is filthy. Here's Garnacho, left-hand side. Bruno on the overlap. It's blocked. They're appealing for a penalty. Oh my days. Are people seeing the nutmeg from Rashford? These men are going crazy. These men are going crazy. Sky don't even... Wee, that could be handball. That could be handball. His arm's out. I think in VAR, that could be given. Let's see. I think that could be a penalty. It's harsh because close proximity. But that could be given. I think that's a pen. Must be a nightmare being a defender. Because what he's supposed to do, but his arm's out. Van Disney, they're calling it. He's gonna give a penalty. Gonna give a penalty. You go to block the ball and your arm's out now. I mean, he's 2-3 yards away from him. I think he's given a corner. Fair play. Usually they would give that. I think because he's so close to him is why he's got away with it. Because I'm very surprised that wasn't given. It'll be a corner to Man United. I actually think he should have done better there, Garnacho. He had Bruno on the overlap. He just kind of hits it straight at the defender. Corner. They're throwing rubbish at him. Throwing rubbish at Luke Shaw in that corner. Loads of paper and stuff at him. Yeah, I think it is the distance, Knuckles. I think you're right. He's like 2 yards away. Whipped in by Luke Shaw. Varane wins the header. Alessandro's up. Mount heads it back. The ball's bouncing around like a pinball. Mount finds Garnacho. He can't lose it. Oh, he does. Oh, no, he gives it away. Goes out for a throw. That's a pen for me. Like you said, I think because he's like 2 yards away, that's why they didn't give it. If the distance was a little bit bigger, they wouldn't have given that. A lot of people saying they thought it was a penalty. How are Tottenham playing without Kane? Nothing special. They're lively. But obviously he was like sort of the connector, wasn't he? I think if any of you saw last night, obviously Kane got a goal and assist on his Bayern League debut. And he's got that ability to drop in and pass. They don't have that now. So Trossard with 2 goals against Luton in the practice match. What more does he need to do? It's difficult, isn't it? It is difficult. They obviously beat Luton 3-0. Trossard got 2. Saka got 1. Member stream pending. Tuesday with Daya. Day after the game against Palace. Basuma having a good battle with Bruno there. He actually gets muscled by Bruno. I'd be disappointed if I was Basuma, you know, and I'm getting muscled by Bruno. Ball over the top. Romero and Garnacho. Oh no, it's Pedro Porro. Sorry, he does well there. Connor says, does this United side worry Arsenal as regards to Prem position? I would like to think we will finish above both these teams. I've got to be honest. Oh, is Rashford edge of the area? Done too much. Having too many touches and losers out. Tottenham will break. Hope you and the family are well, says D Guna. Big up, everything good, bro. Anyone know why Luton v Burnley was postponed? Luton Stadium isn't repaired yet. Here's a chance. Saul with the shot. Onana saves it. Oh, and a good tackle on the rebound. Mason Mount. That was a good shot there. Man U fans saying Garnacho's better than Martinelli. Not a chance. Looks like this will be a draw. Big up everyone locked in. Over 1,000 of you locked in on YouTube. 40 of you on Twitch. Big up everyone tuned in. Like the video. It's just a vibes along. Saturday night. Chill out business. I won't be doing a watch along for City against Newcastle, unfortunately. But I will try and watch some of that game. And hopefully Newcastle will do us a favour. But we'll have to see. It's going to be a tough game. Postecoglou has an attacking style. Ten Hag is a counter-attacking merchant. A lot of people are getting on to Casemiro at the moment, saying that he's starting to look old and, you know, maybe his legs have faded after that year in the Prem. The Prem really does do more damage to the legs, it seems, than any other league in Europe just because of the intensity. You know, even the lower teams give you a difficult game. Doesn't happen as much in a lot of them other leagues. Alvin said, you keep missing my comments. I see you, bro. I see you, man. Just cool, bro. These teams pose no threat to the Gooners. I think we should finish higher than both. But obviously, when we play them, will still also be tough games. You're right, Anthony. They're not helping him. You're spot on with that. I mean, Casemiro is 31. He turns 32 in February. So, you know, if you're 31, you've been in La Liga for 7-8 years, you come to the Prem, you don't want Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes as your 2 midfielders. Where's the double pivot? You need someone near him. What a ball that is. Lissandro to Anthony, plays it down the line to Rashford, pulls it back. Bruno, his shot's blocked. Good block there again. Here's Anthony. Tries to bend it in that far corner. He always tries to bend it in the far corner. I think it works like once every so often. Oh, Luton being fined for that game called off. I don't know, you know, Cool Buster. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if maybe the Premier League, I think they knew about it for a while, that their first couple games wouldn't be able to play at home. So maybe they got away with it. South London's finest. Big C, are you surprised with Ten Hag's style of play, especially coming from Ajax? I thought it would be more total football. It's strange, isn't it? Because they do have some good players there. Wan-Bissaka gets booked there for not backing off from the free kick. They have got some good players there, so you kind of expect a little bit more football from them. But maybe he feels he doesn't have the players. Somebody just said, check out Gary Lineker's tweet. That Rabona from Bruno was so good. Oh my days. Yeah, we won't read the rest, but hey. Respect your enemy. The more you say they aren't a threat, the stronger they get. Remember what happened when you said the game is done at 2-0 against Forest? You got a good memory. I was hanging on that last 10. Like, what have I said? Vegas Gunner said, team should give United more possession. Their best threat is counters and Bruno hitting long passes to Rashford. They're lacking a striker, aren't they? It's very hard to be really good when you don't have a striker. Let's see how good that Rasmus Højlund is. Maybe it gives them a different dimension. You then get Rashford back on the left. But yeah, I did predict 2-2, but at the moment, seems difficult to get 4 goals out of this. Even Casemiro there gets very lucky with that ball. Finds Mason Mount. Do you think Newcastle can get something today? They can, but I think it's unlikely. But let's hope. City, tough game midweek, had to travel. Problem is, they played Vardiol and Akanji midweek. Today they'll just play Diaz. I think Stones is out, but they've got so much squad depth. They can just rotate and probably still win. But I hope Newcastle can do something. I'll even take a draw. Somebody triple captain Serge Aurier, 30 points. Oh, my days. How would you even think to do that? He got 2 assists as well, didn't he? It is a low-quality game. It definitely is. It's not great. Here's Maddison, who has not been involved in this game too much, to be honest. Tottenham haven't created much yet. Wild Child, I think Newcastle can surprise us. I hope they do. Really hope they do. Here is Destiny for Tottenham. Left back. He's offside. And 34 minutes gone. Not a particularly exciting game so far. I was expecting more goal-scoring opportunities because Tottenham under Angela out of power. He did say, he wanted to play more attacking football, which I think they are, but they just haven't created too much yet. What a ball by Onana that is to Luke Shaw. Good turn by Mason Mount. Onana takes huge risks the way he passes. Now, don't get me wrong, it looks like most of the time it works. But when it don't, it could be costly. Here's Anthony, little flip-flap. Doesn't get away from him, though. Finds Wan-Bissaka. A mid-off, says Goatenelli. Big up Clement in the chat. No surprise this game is dead. I honestly was expecting goals. Anthony gets out wide to Garnacho. On the United left. It's definitely been their most profitable area. Luke Shaw whips it in. And that is an unbelievable miss from Bruno. If he is onside, that is one of the misses of the season. 6 yards out, unmarked, heads it wide. Is he onside is the question. He's on. What a miss. Oh, Bruno, that's an absolute shocker. Miss of the season. That is horrendous. 6 yards out, unmarked, free header, puts it over. Well, wide actually. Bruno, the little rat face. Ratnandez. Bruno. Oh, what a miss. Should be 1-0. Should be 1-0. Big up Andy, who said, big up Curtis, just going from my son's game. He played a through ball by spinning, then back heeling. For us to score, it was epic. You got to enjoy them ones, man. Hope you got it on camera. You need them memories. But yeah, big up yourself. Fantastic miss, yeah. It was beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Richarlison, who's probably the other rat on the pitch as well. He's rolling around the floor, even though there's nothing wrong with him, and he's straight up. I mean, they've gone with Richarlison through the middle. It's not... There's nothing wrong with him. Does Lisandro, he gives him a little shoulder barge. You ain't going to get a penalty for that. He's not, man. You think to yourself, don't you? Like, Richarlison, bro, you're from Brazil. I'm not going to say he's from the favelas, because not every Brazilian is from the favelas. But, you're rolling around the floor. There's nothing wrong with you, man. Basuma wins the ball back. Anthony is a dud, yeah, I agree. Don't rate him at all. Oof, risky play by Tottenham there, but good play. Really well played out there under pressure. Driving run as well. That should be a yellow card for Anthony, that, and it is. Anthony gets a yellow. Now he's going mad at the ref. Basuma. Brilliant there. Turns on the edge of his own box under pressure. Drops his shoulder on Anthony. Too quick for him. Ooh, maybe he does get a little touch on the ball, I'm not sure, actually. But yeah, he's another little rat as well, isn't he, to be honest, Anthony? He's shouting at the ref. I think he's pleading to say that he's touched the ball. From one angle, it looks like he touches the ball. From the other, he doesn't. Anthony the Spinning Merchant. Beyblade. Remember when Ceballos just used to spin round in the Arsenal shirt? Man said Lil Rat. The new rapper from Atlanta. Lil Rat. Oh, dear me. Yeah, Basuma, man. He looks serious. Ooh, Mavropanos. Mavropanos to West Ham is here we go. 20 million euros. Plus 5 million add-ons. Arsenal to get 10%. So 25 million euros. We'll get 2.5 million. Euros, that is. Around £2 million. They've signed him instead of Maguire. Honestly, I always thought he had something about him, you know. He's a beast, like big guy. I think he's like 6'4". Beast. He's done well in Germany. And West Ham. Here's Son for Tottenham. Son. Here's a chance. Oh, they've hit the crossbar. Smashed against the bar. Pedro Porro. Still in possession. Drilled across. They've hit the post. Richarlison misses the rebound. It goes out for a throw-in. How has that not gone in? Tottenham have hit the post and hit the crossbar. Mavropanos is back. But yeah, Tottenham should have scored there. Richarlison misses the ball completely. The Pigeon tried to score the rebound. Could you please do City and Newcastle? I don't think I can. Porro tries to whip it in there. It goes out for a goal kick. How did they not score? Son lays it off for Porro. Great technique. Slices across it. Hits the bar. Onana was beaten. And then Sarr drills it in. It gets a deflection off Luke Shaw. Hits the post. Richarlison tries to get the rebound. Even the way he goes for the rebound is like dramatic. He's always looking for a penalty, isn't he? He's always looking for a penalty. Really is. Red Rat. Hey, you gal in the tight top skirt. To my blood vessel burst. Hey, you gal in the jeans. Look upon that gal. See what I mean? All right, let me stop, people. It's Saturday night, so it's vibes, isn't it? Here come United. Bruno. Oh, he tried to find Garnacho and under hits it a little bit there. But hey. Let's put a poll up. Which player is more dislikable? Bruno, Richarlison, or Anthony? They're all little rats, aren't they? But anyway, what we got? 4 minutes till half time. At least we're getting a bit of excitement. Could do with a couple goals. Them tunes, man, big tunes. More singing than Sturridge. Well, we don't know about Sturridge, you know. No, I like Sturridge is funny, man. Sheriff said, hey, Curtis, quality content as always. Which two Spurs players would you sign? Good question. I'll come back to it. Tottenham are on the attack. Who would I take? See, initially I'm thinking you got to take Son, really, aren't you? But where would you play him in the Arsenal team? And I like Basuma. I'll probably Basuma as well. They don't actually have the... I wouldn't want Richarlison because I'm thinking we need a striker, but I wouldn't want Richarlison. I'll take Son and Basuma. Maybe Kulusevski as Saka backup. Richarlison looking for Son. Wan-Bissaka clears it out for a throw-in. Basuma's having a really good game. Maddison possibly as well. That's a good shot. But it's a throw-in. Destiny to take it. 3 minutes till half-time. Wan-Bissaka's on a yellow card now, so he's got to be a bit more careful. Tottenham win the ball back. Rashford has been so quiet in this game. Yeah, I am doing fantasy. I haven't even changed my team this week, so I'm hoping Ollie Watkins bags some goals against Everton. I don't know if they're playing tomorrow. It's Kulusevski shoots on his left foot, saved by Onana. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Sidon's back. Oh, my days. We haven't seen him since they've been in the Championship. But big up yourself, Sidon. Big up yourself. Ish said, is Rashford still your client? Listen, I just think he's a good player, my friend. I've always rated him. Sidon's back, people. From the dark depths of Championship football. Did they play today, Leicester? Have Leicester played? They won 2-1. That's why he's popped up. He's in a good mood. And they scored a 92nd minute winner. I respect it. Do you know what? I hope they get promoted. I hope they come back to the Prem. 9 points out of 9. Here we go. Look, he's got all kinds of chess now. Sidant's like, yeah, man, Leicester going to win the Championship. So he's come back. Vardy FC. I bet Vardy will do bits in the Championship, though. I can't lie. Tottenham ball whipped in. Header. It's up in the air by Romero. Anana collects it. Above Richarlison. Richarlison's such a little rat, isn't he? Christopher, see how expensive was New York going in December? I thought LA was more expensive, to be honest. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It wasn't much different to London. Maybe a little bit more expensive. But great city, though. I loved it. Here's Bruno. Minute till half time. Finds Anthony. He's got movement. Oh, poor touch by Casemiro and runs through to the keeper. Big up Waneri, man. He got a hat-trick for the under 20... Was he under 21s or under 23s? He got a hat-trick anyway. Look, we're all bigging up Sidant. Now he has to come with smoke. We'll win more trophies than Arsenal this season. He says he's the wild, like community member. He's always coming for us, but we respect him. He's a legend. Tottenham goalkeeper collects the ball there. Yeah, they've won 3 out of 3, Leicester, so he's popped up. He's feeling confident, It's expensive during our holiday season, but it's a nice time if you see the snow. Best of luck. Andre Onana is his first name. 3 minutes added on till half time. 3 minutes. I have to say, Basuma's been very impressive. I'd say potentially been the best player on the pitch. Mason Mount, quiet. Casemiro, quiet. I think Bruno's had a good game, but his miss was unbelievable. 6 yards out, free header. I miss your thoughts on the third kit. Josh, I think it's all right. It's based on an old kit, so people are going to like it. It's got the old cannon on it, so people are going to like it. But it's not... I'm not rushing out to buy it, let's put it that way. I'd probably give it a 6.5 maybe. I think it's average. The button at the top, it's not bad. It's not a bad kit. It's an alright kit. I don't think it will be a classic. But then saying that, you win the title in it, it's a classic. I think it's alright. Maddison's been alright. He's been quiet. I think he needs to get on the ball more. I think Basuma's been the best player on the pitch. 2 minutes till half time. Here's Richarlison. Plays a 1-2. Luke Shaw does well there against Kulusevski. And plays a lovely ball out wide to Bruno. Bruno's been Man United's best player by far. Although he has definitely produced the miss of the season. 6 yards out. Free header. Put it wide. Late opportunity for United here. Minute to go. Shaw finds Garnacho. Left hand side. It's got movement. Finds Bruno Fernandes. 30 yards out. Whips it in. It's flicked away. And it goes out for a goal kick. Hasn't been a great game. That is for sure. There is a distinct lack of quality, is what I will say, in this game. Classic original kit, Liam Brady. Liam Brady was my coach when I was younger, a couple times. Those two teams look mid. Listen, I won't say too much about them, but yeah, there's nothing to scare us. Here's Richarlison up against Lissandro. What a tackle that is. Oh, he gives a throw in to Tottenham when Lissandro's saying it should be a United throw. Basuma put the ball out of play. Okay, I've never rated him. He has actually had a good game, but I think that's the question, isn't it? People always say, how good is Basuma on the ball? We got... Well, it's going to be half-time now. 5 seconds. It should be half-time. And there we go. Half-time whistle goes, people. Top Spur 0. Man United 0. Bruno's moaning as always. Sonny, my friend's a big Man U fan. He just messaged me saying Anthony Garnacho and Mason Mount are garbage. So he's going for Garnacho. But yeah, 0-0 at half time. Not a great game. And a lack of quality, really, in certain areas. Rats v Rats. How did Bruno miss that? Did he close his eyes? What's he done? Just guide it into the corner. It's 1-0. What year did you play for Dominica? I think it was 2015, 2016. Vinicius Jr. and Haaland are world class. Yeah, 100%. They're both top quality. I agree some kits aren't offensive like the away kit, but it's not an eye pop. It's like I look at it, I think, okay, it's all right. It's green, it's clean, it's based on an old kit. It's all right. It's an all right kit, you know. It's not a classic, but it's not a terrible one. Watch along for the. I'm now sitting here thinking I've chose the wrong game to do the watch along. Maybe I should have done Newcastle against Man City instead, you know. But yeah, man. Bruno, Richarlison, and Anthony, three of the most dislikable players, I think, in the Premier League. They're just completely always rolling around. Saeed's having a meltdown about Mason Mount, saying he looks lost. He's dissing Anthony as well. It's hard, isn't it? It's very difficult when your team signs a player that you don't want. Wang saying Havertz is better than Mount. Khalid saying please do the City game. I don't think I can. I've got plans to get dinner and stuff with the family, so I think it may just be this one. Won't it look nicer with the Champions League badges? It should do. Sakin said 100% should have done City v Newcastle. Do you know what it is? I thought this game was going to have goals in it. I thought United conceded a hatful of chances against Wolves. Tottenham drew 2-2 with Brentford, looked leaky at the back. I thought this game had goals written all over it, and look at the state of it. 0-0 at half-time. No goals. Both teams look meaty. And it's got a draw written all over it at the moment. Arsenal were training today. They've just put some training pictures up. They're saying Zinchenko should be available now. He's trained all week. And he trained last week as well. So I would expect Zinny to be at left back on Monday against Palace. Make sure you smash the likes. Big up everyone tuned in. Red Eye Gooner said, what were you thinking? Honestly, bro, I thought there'd be goals all over this. I thought 2-2 or something. I am watching the City Newcastle game, but not all of it. So, you know, I don't want to do a watch along for you where I don't do the whole game. It's not really the way to do it. I actually have a feeling Real will play on Monday. I think, listen, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the intro video of David Raya. It looked very friendly. And as I said, you know, listening to Thomas Franks, he said that they expect it to become permanent. They wanted it to become permanent now, but because of the structure of the deal, they had to drag it till next year. I don't think David Raya has come to Arsenal to sit on the bench, but I don't think Ramsdale will just get dropped straight away. I think that would be very, very harsh. But I do think Raya will end up in the team at some stage. 0-0 at half time. Man United have had the best chance of the half. Bruno's header, 6 yards out, puts it wide. Terrible miss. He did produce potentially the assist of the season with a Rabona to Rashford, but people saying Rashford was offside anyway, so it's neither here nor there, people. But it hasn't been a great game. Tottenham look a little bit more attacking than usual. But they don't look great either without Kane. Never seen a lone move intro vid that special. Exactly. I think he becomes permanent. Is it a penalty for you? I think the proximity of it means it shouldn't be. But I suppose the problem that you've got is that they say if your arm is in an unnatural position when the ball is shot, then it should be a penalty. So I'm going by the rule book. Does the rule book not state if you block a shot in the penalty area with your arm and your arm's in an unnatural position, it's a penalty? Now, that should be considered an unnatural position. His arm's out. So proximity is the only reason it's not given. But if you're going by the rules, I think it's probably a penalty. I would, if that happened against Arsenal, I'm saying it should be a penalty because his arm's out. He's blocked a shot that's on target. But I don't know. I honestly don't know all the rules. To be honest, they change them all the time. Brad said not even a United fan, but for me it's a pen. I don't know. I don't know. Let's put a debate up on Twitter. Should that have been a pen? In a penalty. Unnatural position. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother with it. I can't even be bothered to have the discussion. Not a pen. For me, it's a pen. That was a pen. Pen all day. No pen. It's crazy, isn't it, how a lot of us can see the same thing and have a different opinion of it. They look a little bit cramped on the Sky making reductions in their coverage now. There's 4 people at some table. And Josh Townsend's not even sitting around the table. It's that small. They all look a bit cramped up, like Keane and Redknapp on the table. But, hey, here's what it is. No pen. It's too close. Too close. Natural position of the hands. Do you know what? Right now, I'm looking forward to this game finishing. I can't even lie. That first half was pretty painful. It was pretty painful. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. So there's an account. I don't know if you follow this account. It's called Totally Arsenal. They're running with this narrative that they've got some big Arsenal news at 8 o'clock. Right? If you're going to do this, right, you've got to nail it. You can't do this and be wrong. If you do this and you're wrong, delete your account. So, big news on Totally Arsenal at 8 p.m. Then he's put 8 p.m., a timer and a French flag, which with the recent news, people would say it indicates maybe Pavard to Arsenal, but we'll see. We'll see. So look out for that at 8 o'clock. But I don't believe it a lot of the time, but you never know. Maybe they got inside info. Usually when people say that, it leads to nothing. It's 6:30 at the moment, so there's an hour and a half till we'll find out when the Man City game kicks off. Pavard or Simicam, but apparently Simicam was getting ragged today. What is Koundé? Is that... Yeah, somebody sent me something about Koundé earlier being linked. Arsenal have put Jules Koundé on their wish list. Are considering making an offer due to timber. Arsenal want to take advantage of Barca's financial decision and their signing of Cancelo. That'll be interesting. I don't mind Koundé. Again, he's a better centre-back. He'd be expensive as well, man. They paid big money for him. We'll see. Koundé or Pavard. Maybe it's just an account trying to take advantage of a situation, you know. So Arsenal being linked with Koundé, we'll have to see if there's anything in. We'll have to see if there's anything in that. Give me that one sec. The bottoms. Koundé mad overrated. I think they paid about 60 million for him. Give that to me. I think they paid about 60 million. We need a centre back more than a wing back. We should be signing world class players according to all the online fans. Listen, I'm not saying we should be signing a world. I know everyone online we should be signing world class, and I get that, but we just want, for me, it feels like an opportunity to try and catch Manchester City. City still might win the league. They're the favourites. They're still the best team in this country. But the reality is they've just won a treble, which a lot of the time when teams peak, there is a little slight drop-off. You've also got the fact that Gundogan's left, Mahrez has left. They haven't really significantly strengthened in the midfield or the attack. Obviously, Vardiol is a big player in defence. You can't afford to have years where you've got an opportunity and you don't capitalise. So I think from our point of view, Arsenal fans are like, okay, you've spent big money. Let's respect the board for doing that. But now Timber's injured. You're looking at our squad. You're going, David Raya at the moment will probably be on the bench. Timber could be out for the whole season. Declan Rice is an upgrade on Xhaka, but in that more advanced role, it's going to take him some time to adjust. Xhaka got 7 goals, 7 assists last year, no matter what we think of him. He had a good season. It might take Declan Rice a little bit of time in that advanced role. And then you've got Havertz, who at the moment, most Arsenal fans are going, is he gonna be a success? Do you play him in midfield? Do you play him up front? So I still think Arsenal need 1 or 2 more signings for the fan base to feel confident that, listen, we can really go and attack City this season. So I don't think the fans are being too demanding or unrealistic. I think everything's changed. We're not Arsenal right now, just trying to, finish 4th and get in the Champions League. We're now trying to win the title. We're up against a machine. So I think the demand has to be there. Ghost Steel said, it's Lukaku, here we go. Nah, listen, we'll stay away from that one. I do think we need a striker. But we don't want that. We don't want Lukaku. Apparently Neymar was presented with a full stadium in Saudi. No surprise, a huge signing, innit? Let's hope we get some goals in this second half. No, but I'm not doing the City-Newcastle game, unfortunately. Twin said Rice doesn't work in the system. I think if you play him as in a double pivot and allow him to get forward, it can work. I thought, yeah, Wild Child, he had a really good game last week against Forest. I think in time he will fulfill that role. Lukaku isn't French. Well, I think that account's just jumping on Koundé and Pavard hype. Rob, big up to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Big up, Big C. That Jamaica shirt is fire. Imagine if the Reggae Girls had FA money behind them. I mean, they had to get a GoFundMe to get to the World Cup and to get decent hotel rooms, which is unbelievable. What are they doing with the money? Or where's the money going? Addy said, what about Matoma? It'd cost a fortune. And I know we're meant to be friends with Brighton, but their prices don't look very friendly, Arsenal board don't have a clue. We let Maddison go to Spurs, Tonali to Newcastle. I do like Tonali. PG said, unpopular opinion, I don't think United will get top 4. I think they are far more behind than people think. They don't look great. Second game of the season, they don't look convincing. I think a lot changes when they get a striker. Obviously, they've signed Højlund. When he goes through the middle, Rashford's back on the left. They may look different. Their balance doesn't look right in midfield. I'm not sure you can play Mount and Bruno with Casemiro. It's exposing Casemiro. I think they'd be better off getting Amrabat, playing Amrabat next to Casemiro with Bruno in the attacking midfield role. I'm not sure about Mount at the moment for them. Not that he's a bad player. Does he fit the system? It's all about systems. You can buy good players. If they don't fit the system, it doesn't work ultimately. GoFundMe was not... What was it for then, Lingwa? What was the GoFundMe for? They did have a GoFundMe. Bring Koundé to the carpet. Season-long loan is the best thing Arsenal can do to replace Timber. I suppose the question is, how high quality a player are you going to get for a loan deal? Can you get a really good player on loan? So we'll have to see with that one. But yeah, I think we're going to get someone. The JFF did spend 2 million on us on the campaign. Who looks better, Havertz or Mount? I'd say both are struggling at the moment. Mount ain't doing nothing either. So maybe we'll give it to Havertz. But there's not a lot in it. Let's put it that way. Ian said in the Forest game, it was an issue of final ball in the net. If Arsenal get opportunities against City. Rebels said, we will only make one more signing, then that will be that. And it still won't be enough to win the league. And I'm not sure that will be classed as a good season. Second half about to get underway, people. Can we have a more exciting second half? The first half was stinky. Absolutely stinky. It's Tottenham against Man United. Hopefully we get some goals. Man United are in a hole. Bruno Fernandes giving the team talk. Simon, thank you for the super chat as always, bro. He said it will be Jules Koundé. This 8 o'clock news that this Twitter account is saying that it's got breaking news at 8 o'clock. But, take that and make of that what you will, people. I'm not sure how real that will be. But anyway, we're about to kick off, second half to go. Richarlison gets the game underway. It's about... No, it still isn't. Right, now it's underway. Second half underway. Tottenham against Man United. The first half was painful. No goals. Bad misses. How do you rate the transfer window so far? 2 weeks ago, I said it was 8 out of 10. I would downgrade it now to a 7. It's not the club's fault that Timber got injured. They signed a quality player. But because we don't have Timber for the season, Rice, Havertz and David Raya. Raya's a good player, but he's a backup keeper at the moment. Havertz is a huge question mark. I'm really looking at the team saying we've improved Declan Rice on Xhaka. The other two do not significantly improve us at the moment. So, not blaming the club or the lack of investment, but I would say 7 out of 10. Cormac said, Curtis, what's Dyche's take on Aussie cousin Ange? I mean, listen, for me, Ange, you've come from Celtic, mate. Anybody could win the title at Celtic. I could win the league there with my eyes closed, but you've got no Kane. You've got no goal scorer, and I don't think you're going to be in the Champions League next season, mate. It's going to be a long season for Ange, I tell you that. I'm pretty sure he was in Home and Away back in the day on Channel 5, but that's neither here nor there. So big up Cormac, and look forward to the second half. And we'll leave it there, people. We'll leave it there. But big up Cormac with the super chat. The GoFundMe account only had 50,000+. That would not have been enough to take a national team, and the fund was started after the team was qualified. There you go. Big up Lingwell. But there was money to help them. Yeah, listen, the Daichi always works, We eat bricks, we eat wood, we eat concrete. You know how it goes. Anyway, can we get some goals in this second half, people? Can we get some goals? Tottenham on the ball. Kulusevski goes out of play. Rashford to take it. I actually think the problem with United, they don't have an out-and-out right winger. The crazy thing for United is they paid 70-odd million for Sancho, who was a right winger, but then he seems to be better on the left. So they paid all that money to play him right wing, and he's a better left winger. But Rashford's a better left winger. So now Sancho's on the bench. Oh, what a run this is. Here's a chance, Maddison. What a block that is from Wan-Bissaka. Maddison should have slipped on in there. That's a poor pass. Here's Anthony for United. They're on the counter-attack. He gives it away. He's been awful. He's been absolutely awful. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Tackle there by Destiny. It's a strange game. Really strange game. Great run. Oh, Maddison, he's got to find Son there. He runs behind Wan-Bissaka and it's blocked. Do you think we made the right decision getting Odegaard over Maddison? Listen, he fits our team, so I'll say yeah. I like Maddison as a player, but Odegaard has been a big success for 35 million. So, yeah, I'll hold my hands up. Odegaard he's been real quality for us. 15 league goals last year. I still rate Maddison, but yeah. Here is Maddison. Son's on the run. What's he waiting for? Oh, he's still onside. Give it him. Oh, no. He didn't read it well. He was onside. Maddison's putting his arm up saying you're off, and he was blatantly on. Was it Luke Shaw or Lisandro was playing him on? Kulusevski into the penalty area. Garnacho doesn't track him. It's pulled across. 1-0 to Tottenham. They've taken the lead, and it's Saw. Poor defending, lazy defending by Garnacho. He doesn't track his runner. And Tottenham take the lead. These goals, when they go in, they're weird. Like, part of me is like, Man United are losing. But then I'm like, oh no, Tottenham are winning. But that was shocking defending from United. So easy. What is Garnacho doing? Open up, bro. And even there, look at the lack of effort in the run. So lazy. It deflects off. Lissandro, it's terrible. Look at Garnacho's lack of effort. He's jogging. He's jogging. He runs a little bit, then he jogs. Kulusevski pulls it, bounces off Lissandro, saw roof of the net. It's awful. Look at Casemiro. He's half asleep. Lazy from Garnacho. Casemiro switches off. He doesn't know where he is. It's a good run. Onana can't get there. And it's in roof of the net. Lazy from Garnacho. And Casemiro unaware of the runner. 1-0. Here's Rashford. Turns, he runs into them. Not the same player through the middle. 1-0. Game on. It was, listen, it's not, but listen, you take any goal, don't you? No such thing as a bad goal if you're the team who scores it. Richarlison on the floor again. Here's a chance. Anthony's in the area. Shoots. Hits the post. Tries to bend it in the far corner and hits the post. I said earlier on, he tries that finesse into the far corner probably 20, 30 times a season. Every now and then it goes in. And he hits the post. Here's Son. 1v1 with Wan-Bissaka. He's on a yellow card. Reverse ball into Maddison. It's a terrible cross. I think the ball bobbled as he went to cross it. Big up Mist who's tuned in, although spraying your ankle. Christian said, Big C, I'm torn. I want to celebrate United losing, but that means being happy for Tottenham winning. Listen, we don't want any of them to win. If one team wins, we're purely celebrating the other team losing. There's no celebration in, the other team winning. Maddison, out wide to Son. Pulled across. Oh, saved by Onana. Comes out to Richarlison and cleared. I tell you something. Wan-Bissaka on a yellow card is totally uncomfortable. Because usually he would dive in a challenge there on Son. And he's on a yellow. He doesn't want to put a tackle in. Maddison gets out to Son. Lovely ball. Shoots at Onana. Nearly fell out to Richarlison. Goes just past him. Tottenham, the dominant team at the moment. Son in the area again. It's blocked. Goes out for a corner. They are all over Man United at the moment. Anthony went at one end. In the area. Cuts inside Van der Ven. Tries to bend it. I actually think he should score. For a player, 90 million in the area, you got the perfect angle to bend it. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on him there, but I think he should do better. Who would you rather got relegated, Spurs or United? It's a tough question. I kind of feel like Man United just because so many of their fans, that you could troll. There ain't many Tottenham fans, really. Or not that I know. So it would be funnier. But either one would be great. I can't lie. Sandro, very strong there. That is an aggressive challenge. Ref says play on. They are all over the place, United. Here's Maddison. Goes past one. It's a great block. Somebody's on the floor. This game has livened up now. It's definitely livened up. Now Maddison's on the floor. There's two of them on the floor. Two Tottenham players rolling around the floor. Ball over the top. The goalkeeper collects. And now look, Romero's on the floor. Maddison's on the floor. Tottenham have got possession. Kick the ball out if you're that worried. Now they're doing a VAR check for a potential penalty. Interesting. Lisandro and Romero, international teammates. Bang! It's an interesting... And he tries to kick the ball at him. The interesting thing there, does he elbow him rather than shoulder barge him? Oof, it's aggressive. It's very aggressive. I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. I think that's just aggressive defending. Two Argentinians, they're teammates. Personally, I don't think that's a penalty. That's a pen. He gets nothing on the ball, Martinez. Is that just not a good old-fashioned shoulder barge? I don't know. Penalty hasn't been given. I don't think that's a pen. I got to be honest. I think that's just aggressive defending. Yeah, nothing given. Game on. Finally, we're getting a more exciting game. No pen. Definitely a pen. Nah, I don't think that's a pen. You don't have to get the ball when you go shoulder to shoulder, though, do you? But anyway, some of you think it is. I think it would have been a soft penalty. It wasn't given. There's not too much argument. Tottenham have the ball. Game on. It's an exciting game now. United will have to come out a little bit more. Today only no pen. Not a pen for me. It's a free kick if it happens in the middle of the pitch. Possibly. Strange, isn't it, when we say that? Like, oh, if that was in the middle, you'd get a free kick, but as a penalty, it's not. Here's Anthony on the halfway line. Finds Rashford. Rashford has hardly touched the ball in the middle. It's not working. He wins a free kick there on the right-hand side. Surely, if you're Man United, do you not put Rashford on the left and maybe put Martial up front? You know, this Rashford through the middle ain't working. But let's see. Ten Hag's got to earn his bread. First one possibly, second one great tackle. I don't think any of them are penalties, but it is what it is. The first one's a little bit overly aggressive. He kind of looks like he elbows him a bit. Free kick whipped in for United. Free header tipped over the bar. Good save by Vicario. It's not quite in the corner enough. Casemiro there. Great ball in by Bruno. I think Casemiro is unmarked there, you know. Keeper should save it. It's a good save, but it's not in the corner. You'd be disappointed if he didn't save it. But from his point of view, he'll take a lot of confidence from that. Corner to United, taken quickly. Bruno whips it in. It's headed up. It's in the air. Tottenham clear it. Could be away here. Kulusevski against Wan-Bissaka. He wins the ball. If he didn't win the ball there, it would have been a second yellow. Kulusevski's on the floor, holding his head. That was a vital challenge. If Wan-Bissaka gets that wrong, he's sent off. Wow. When I say he is lucky, he actually slices the ball and gets the smallest of touches. If he doesn't get the ball there and he takes out Kulusevski, his last man, he's sent off. He's so lucky. It's so clumsy from Wan-Bissaka. He's so close to getting sent off there. William, the coffee mug. My apologies. I will sort it. I will get it. I have actually got the email as well. The game has definitely livened up. Much better game. 1-0 to Tottenham. United have just had a good chance. Casemiro, about 8 yards out, unmarked. Heads it. Doesn't quite get it into the corner. Vicario saves it. This guy Vicario, got to be honest, I don't know a lot about him. I know Inter Milan were linked with him. Supposed to be a good keeper. I haven't seen much of him. That is a good save. E. Ross with his usual Beres Hammond or Bob Marley question. It's a classic. It's the English tax, E. Ross. We know it's Bob Marley, but obviously I rate Beres. Game's back underway again. Look at Garnacho. The only thing I can think there in Garnacho's defence, I think he expects Luke Shaw to come over. And then when he realises he isn't, he's reacted too late. It's poor defending, really poor defending. And the man did the Rashford celebration as well, man. Nah, I didn't even see that. Pepe Sarr, his name is. He's ran over and done the Rashford. It's just rude. But I remember Saka doing it after he scored, so it is what it is. I remember Zaha talking about Wan-Bissaka's scoop tackle. He said it was crazy. I may have done Garnacho a little bit dirty there. I tweeted saying he was lazy, but I think he's waiting for Luke Shaw to come across. And he doesn't. Here's Bruno. Shoots. Good save by the goalkeeper. He was offside anyway. So it doesn't count. It wouldn't have counted, should I say. It's a free kick to Tottenham. Good game. Much better game. He dropped. Yeah, listen, do you know what? I'm a big fan of Rashford, but when Saka dropped it on Rashford, I felt like he shut him down that day. Because we won the game as well, so I can't even hate on other teams doing it. You score and do his celebration against him. Let's be real. Ruben Neves was doing it before anyway. It's just he's not as silky a player as Rashford. Oh, Maddison has spun Anthony there literally spun him. Goes past Casemiro. Oh my days, what a run. Ends up going backwards with the ball. Tottenham look the better team at the moment. United look a bit weak. Here's Kulusevski, edge of the area. Shifts it onto his left. Basuma shoots. It's a poor shot. He goes wide. Is Sancho Man United's Pepe? Sancho, Anthony, take your pick. Take your pick. Both cost huge money and haven't produced anything. Take your pick. Maguire, 80 million, shocking signing. Lukaku was a flop really in the end. There's plenty of them. What team was Sarr from? No, it's not the one from Watford. He plays for Marseille now, I think. Where is that Pepe Sarr from? Plays for Senegal. Where did they buy him from? They got him from Metz in France. Yeah, I don't know much about him. But he looks decent. He looks all right. Energetic, that's for sure. Was Pogba a flop? I wouldn't say a flop, but I don't think he lived up to the expectation. You know, I thought he was a superstar. Maddison, little 1-2 with Son. 3 in the area. Ball whipped in, headed away. Comes out to Basuma. Basuma in the area. He's got to move it. Here's Son. They're toying with United. I can't even lie. They're playing around with them. Oh, no. They're taking the mick. It's Son. It's still Son. Oh, what a block by Luke Shaw. Should be game over. Should have been 2-0. United look a mess. These men are playing... Oh, my God. Oh, no. Casemiro. Back heel nutmeg. Oh, Lord. Lord of mercy. What is going on? United look stinky. Casemiro got megged. That... Oh, no. Oh, my days. They are toying with United. Should be 2-0. Should be game over. Casemiro. That nutmeg. I'll go down on the floor and hold my hamstring. Say, get me off. I can't be on the pitch. I tell you what, right? I'm going to be totally honest. I'm very glad that Harry Kane is not a Tottenham player because they look a lot better than last season. I'm telling you now, it's a good job they don't have Kane up front. They look decent. They're playing a far better style of football with Basuma and Maddison in midfield, man. I'm very, very happy they don't have Kane because they still don't have that goal scorer. Here's Maddison. It's a poor cross. It's blocked. One more goal and this is over. Porro can't reach it. Goes out for a goal kick. Kulusevski overhits the pass. Wow. What a game. They are dominating. United look absolutely rattled. 60% possession for Tottenham. 5 shots, 2 on target. Game should have been over. I feel Son took too long to get the shot off. Mason Mount has the fewest touches of any Manchester United player on the pitch, including the goalkeeper. It just doesn't work. Yeah, apparently he's playing a bit deeper today as well, but it just does not work. Yellow card there. Who got booked there? Is that Destiny, the left back? He's got a yellow for Tottenham. Top Spur are cooking. Yeah, the Nando's is spicy today. I can't even lie. Casa Nutmeg. Casa Nutmeg, bro. He looks like an old man. That nutmeg was filthy. I think it was Basuma just back-heeled it for his legs. Grizz said Casemiro's legs are gone. Here's Son. Up against Wan-Bissaka. He's going to get roasted. He don't want to challenge. Looks for Maddison. Maddison and Son have got a link-up already. Basuma, 30 yards out. Sends Casemiro to the shops. Oh! Drags it wide. No. No, Casemiro looks like a pensioner. Honestly, I don't know what's happened. He can't move. He looks like a pensioner. Somebody get him a free bus pass. He's getting roasted. He's getting absolutely Basuma. This is like Basuma who was at Brighton. I'm telling you now, I'm so glad Harry Kane is at Bayern. Basuma and Maddison in their midfield. Look at him there, he just holds off Rashford. We always knew this Basuma guy was a player. Let's keep it a buck. They got him cheap for two reasons. Got a year left on his deal, and we know there was potentially off the field issues. That Sarr has just yammed up Garnacho there. Just, oh my days. So that's probably why they got him at a good price, but he was always a player, man. Always a player. One that we always probably felt we should have got Arsenal if we're being honest. Man said they've cloned Casemiro. I don't know who this is. I don't know who it is. I mean, listen, United fans will say he's got no one near him. Here come United, Anthony. He's got support. He's trying to do too many skills. He's horrible. Like, we need to start having conversations on social media about how bad a footballer Anthony is. He is horrendous. He's so bad. Eriksen and Sancho coming on. You've got to play Sancho right wing ahead of Anthony. Anthony is absolute garbage. Dallow's coming on as well. I told you you've got to get Wan-Bissaka off on a yellow. Garnacho's off. Anthony's off. Anthony's an awful player. Absolutely awful. Garnacho's off. Wan-Bissaka's off. Anthony's off. Yeah, I'm slandering United online. Sorry, people. But Anthony, wow. He is awful. I really think he's terrible. The next game will dictate this. It really will. Tottenham go 2-0 up, it's over. But United are still... They've always got that opportunity on the counter-attack. It looks like Sancho is on the right. And Rashford's still through the middle. Mason Mount's been non-existent. No, Sancho's on the left. Looks like Mount's on the right. Basuma is back, man. Basuma is well and truly back. Here's Luke Shaw. Gets nailed in the tackle there by Romero. They just don't look up for it. This Sarr, man, he's quick in midfield, you know. Finds Son. Up against Dalot. Might be harder for him now. Wan-Bissaka on a yellow looked mad shaky, man. He was nervous to challenge. And giving away there. Yeah, no, listen, trust me. I'm glad that Harold has left. Is there anyone else? But I'm actually like happy when Kane scored last night. I kind of felt happy for him. Just because he's out of that Tottenham shirt. They're saying Anthony's from Puerto Rico. He's not Brazilian. He's shocking. He's absolutely shocking. United look horrendous. They look horrendous. Mason Mount, he might be... Havertz probably better than him. Look, he's terrible. Slipping over and also. They give him the number 7 as well. Big boy number 7, you know. Cantona, Cristiano Ronaldo. It's all mad. Are Spurs good or United bad? I'd say United are bad, but Spurs are lively. I'm not even going to cap. Richarlison, great ball out wide. They still could do with a striker. Oh my God. Oh, Kulusevski nearly finds Richarlison, but Onana collects it. Don't you dare disrespect Puerto Rico. We don't want him. Yeah, listen, my apologies to anyone from Puerto Rico. You've probably got better players than Anthony in your team. I can't lie. I was happy for Kane too. Wish we'd got him at Arsenal. Yeah, listen. Would have been the ultimate Sol Campbell moment, wouldn't it? I would have loved that. You're giving me loads of ammunition for banter inside. Oh, go to town with him on Big Six. Bruno, miss of the season. You know, there's loads. Casemiro looks about 60 years old. Rashford don't get the ball up front. You know, Ten Hag still not playing good football, even though he came from Ajax, who play total, you know, Cruyff football. Mount don't even get a touch of the ball. There's loads you can do. There's loads you can do to United. What have they got? 22 minutes to go, people. They've made a few changes. Sancho on the left loses the ball easily there. So throw into Tottenham. They don't look up for it. They don't look up for it. Kane did well. Sané and Musiala were absolutely flying. Got good players around him, Annie. Who are you cheering for? Draw? I'd like a draw. I'd like a draw, to be honest. So neither one of them game free. But United would be very lucky to get a point. They've been horrible. Make sure you hit the likes, people. 1,300 of you in the chat. Big up everyone on Twitch, everyone on YouTube. C-Unit Business. C-Unit. Mount 007. Richarlison gets dragged. Tottenham double change. Destiny comes off for Ben Davis. And Perisic comes on for Richarlison. I would imagine Son will go up front. Richarlison doesn't look happy. He's throwing up arms, but he had a poor game. He can't complain. His performance was not great. So he spent most of the time diving around on the floor. Such a little rat face. So he's such a difficult player to like, isn't he? He's annoying. So annoying. Look, he's throwing the bottle on the floor. Bro, you've just played 70 minutes. You ain't done that. He's like, oh, you're rubbish, bro. Go and do your pigeon dance. Looks vexed. So what? Him and Emerson, two poor players. Who's better, Yaya Sonogo or Anthony? It's close. It's close. But anyway, Son's up front now. German fans are lit as well. I can't lie. No one left, even 4-0 down. Kane will be loving life in Germany. I think he'll love it over there. You know, you got Sané, Gnabry, Musiala, Muller when he's back. You know, Kimmich. They got top quality players, and the league is easier than the Prem. Here's Maddison. Looking for Son. Ball is cleared. United are struggling to get up the pitch. They're always dangerous on the break. That's the thing. Will they create anything? Mount has had the least touches of any player on the pitch that started the game. Oh my day. Sancho has sent Porro to the shops there. But Basuma cleans up. He goes out for a throw-in. Muller and Sané are best buds. Blessing in disguise, Kane leaving. Spurs look miles better. I'm so happy. So happy he's gone, because this might actually have been the manager that played good attacking football, and he might have been, you know, they might have had a good team. So I'm glad he's out of there, because they'll still have days where they need their striker to score. And Richarlison ain't Harry Kane. Let's put it that way, man. He still wasn't good today. I've hardly mentioned Mason Mount's name. He's hardly touched the ball. Genuinely hardly touched the ball. Here come United. Eriksen finds Luke Shaw. He's got Sancho on the left. Tottenham getting a lot of bodies behind the ball now. Going to be hard to break down. 19 minutes to go. Second half's been much better. Eriksen looking for Bruno. It's cleared long. Onana comes out, chests it down. He's so calm on the ball, isn't he? Dalot finds Eriksen. Former Tottenham player, of course, Eriksen. I wonder what reception he got when he came on. Maddison is definitely a level raiser. Always liked him. Always liked him. I suppose having Odegaard, it would have been difficult to get him in the team. But could you have played him in the 8 role with Odegaard? I don't know. I'm not sure. But for 40 million pounds, I'm really surprised Maddison was allowed to go to Tottenham. His sort of creativity, I'm sure he could have played for Liverpool, Chelsea. I think other clubs should have gone for him. Man U look bad, but they always show up against us. Yeah, they tend to, don't they? I think because we're very attacking and they catch us on the break. Eriksen gets caught on the ball there. I think is that a corner? It's poor play. Maybe he still thinks it's a Tottenham player. What was he doing there? Onana obviously gives him the ball under pressure. He slips over and ends up going out. They would have liked that. Maddison to take a corner. United don't look like scoring at the moment. I suppose every result has a positive. If Tottenham lose, we laugh at Tottenham. If United lose, we laugh at United. If they draw, they both drop 2 points. At the moment, United look like they're going to get beat. Ball whipped in by Maddison, flicked across. Comes out to Son, left-hand side, up against Eriksen. They force them all the way back to the halfway line. It's going to be 1-0, 1-1. United will score, says BB. 100% Maddison in the 8 for us. That's what's needed. Here's Perisic, left-hand side, in a bit of space. Goes past Dalot with ease. Finds Maddison, edge of the area, up against Casemiro. Oh, he turns him. Back to Perisic. United have got bodies behind the ball. Perisic whips it in. Great header. Luke Shaw clears it. Can United break? Rashford on the edge of his own penalty area. Good tackle by Saar, man. This guy, honestly, man, that Saar, Basuma, Madison midfield looks very mobile and aggressive, and they can play. They look totally different. Last year, you know, they had Højbjerg who can't move, and their midfield is looking kind of dangerous. Mooney said, I was supposed to be doing my assignment. Now I got to watch your watch along. Big up, Big C. Maybe you can multitask and do both, you know, but big up yourself with the super chat, Mooney. They've been bossing this second half. Ten Hag, man. Listen, Ten Hag last season had a good season in terms of third and a trophy. I think this season he's got to show some development. United do not play good football. They're very one-dimensional counter-attack, and that's it. That's it. Saar, Basuma, has destroyed. They've made a change. Højbjerg's on for Saar. Saar is what we needed. Pace and power. Basuma is back. Please, who scored? It was Saar who scored, actually. Bro, I wish I didn't put Bruno and Rashford in my FPL. I think I've got Rashford in mine. He ain't gonna... Rashford, while he's playing through the middle, get him out of your team. Get him out. It's a waste of time. Until they put that Højlund up front and Rashford goes back to the left, it ain't happening. He'll probably score now, I've said that. But what we got, 14 minutes to go. United on the ball. Luke Shaw finds Mason Mount. He finally touches the ball. Luke Shaw whips it in. No one in there. Perisic chests it down to the keeper. They've been horrible. They've been absolutely horrible. Mount looks like he don't know where he is. He looks like he doesn't even know. You've got to sign players that fit the system. It's difficult. It's no good just buying a good player, which is what I've said a lot about Havertz. Hopefully, we're proved wrong. You've got to sign a player that fits the way you play, not just a good player. You can't play Mount and Bruno Fernandes next to Casemiro. Casemiro is 32 on his next birthday. He's not the most mobile. You know, he doesn't look as if he can deal with it. He needs somebody next to him. They need to get Amrabat or someone. And you've got to drop Mount if you have to. But we've got 13 minutes to go. Let's see. I'm sure there'll be time added on as well. Man United's away record versus the top 9 teams last season. 8 games, 0 wins, 1 draw and 7 defeats. That tells you everything. Away from home, that counter-attacking football, it's not working. I don't understand Man United. I really don't. Ten Hag spent over 200 million last summer. He spent nearly 200 million this summer, and they still do not play good football. And this guy he coached with Pep at Bayern. He's been at Ajax, and he plays horrible counter-attacking football with no philosophy, which is crazy when you think about the money he's spent and the players he's got, you know. You're bringing on £70 million players off the bench. Anthony looks a flop. Sancho looks a flop. Mount hasn't done nothing so far. I know he's only just joined. He's got to get way more out of them. Way more. Mount is their Havertz. He won't get dropped. The thing is, you would like to think that we can get more out of Havertz than they can get out of Mount, because we do have a good style of football. We move the ball very well. United don't play well. It's probably not an easy team to go into and settle in. Bruno and Mount too similar. Bruno has more output. The thing with Bruno, no matter what you think of him, and he is a bit of a rat face, but Bruno demands the ball 24/7. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. He will try his best to make something happen. He'll play passes, he'll take shots. You would much rather have Bruno than have Mason Mount, because Bruno will have them days where that pass works and it gets an assist or he scores a goal. But Mount, I think Mount's going to take a while to adjust to this United team. That system is not working. Here's Ben Davies for Tottenham. Overhits the pass. Poor pass. Just come off the bench. Should have slid Kulusevski in there. Goes out for a goal kick, 11 minutes to go. Brio said, we know them. They'll blame it on the away record. Listen, they were good last year at home against the big teams, but this style of football is very, very questionable. Big up Brio with the super chat as always. Big up Joe Silva. Big up from South Texas. Big C. Aside from City, I feel there's a wide open path to the title again this year. Question is, will we be ruthless enough? You put the light on. The problem is the start of what you said. There is a wide open path, but like you said, aside from City, and City are the biggest problem. They're the best team in world football at club level. You can be good. That's not... Oh, Mount whipped it in. It's blocked. Comes to the edge of the area. Casemiro on the volley and saved easily. I agree. Having watched the teams early in the season, I would say, as an early guess, you never know, I would say after City, we're still the best team. But you never know, do you? You never know. How are Liverpool going to settle down? How are Chelsea going to settle once Nkunku's back with a midfield of Caicedo, Lavia and Enzo? You know, they could be unbelievable once they all settle. But we don't know. We just don't know how they... And listen, there's 2 weeks left of the window. Somebody could go and sign somebody that changes their team completely. So it's so hard to say. So hard to say. But at the moment, we definitely play the best football after Man City. But finishing second, would we be able to see that as a positive season? In my mind now, because of what happened last season and how much money we've spent, maybe I'm being too ambitious. I don't expect us to win the title, but I want us to win the title. I want us to go for winning the title. So we'll see. We'll see anyway. We'll see. These 2 weeks of the window will be very interesting. Martial and Palestri to come on. Got no idea how Martial... I mean, Martial is not great, but I think up front he's better than Rashford. They should have moved Rashford to the left and put Martial up front a lot earlier. Need to buy Kuda, said GJB. He looks like he's on his way to West Ham. I think we play the best football, period, but it's not about that. And you're right. You're right. You can play the most attractive football and not win the league. It's about being the most effective. I've said before, production is more important than presentation. It's good if you can produce and present a good style, but look at players like Salah on the eye test. He ain't the best of wingers that we've ever seen. He ain't as good to watch as Hazard and Sanchez and them players were, but he produces. Here come Tottenham, ball whipped in. Davis, 2-0, game over. Game, set and match. 2-0. That goal is it. That is terrible defending from United. They're done. They're gonna lose this game. Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0. Ben Davis. Terrible defending. Their midfield has been absolutely destroyed today. Great ball. What a ball out wide by Maddison. Gets the ball in. Where is the defense? That, honestly, you can go... Like, Dalot gets nutmegged by Perisic. Davis gets the tiniest of touch. It's an own goal. It's an own goal. Oh, from Lissandro. Oh, my... Comical defending. Absolutely comical. You could walk in your local park tomorrow and watch a Sunday League game and you will not see worse defending than that. That is awful. And you know what? They should have lost on Monday to Wolves, but Wolves didn't finish their chances. The Butcher certainly butchered his defending there, that is for sure. They deserve to lose. They deserve to... They've stunk out the place. Absolutely stunk out the joint today. When you look through their team, Onana, 46 million. Wan-Bissaka, 50 million. Luke Shaw, 30 million. Lissandro Martinez, 60 million. Varane, 35 million. Casemiro, 55 million. Mason Mount, 60 million. Bruno, 50 million. Garnacho came through the system. We let him off. Anthony, 90 million. Rashford came through the system. You know, Lindelof, 35 million. Martial, 50 million. Sancho, 75 million. Like, they can't... You cannot get away with playing like this. They stink. They stink. Rashford getting dragged. And I'm a big fan of Rashford. Through the middle, Rashford stinks. He stinks. Play him left wing, baller. Play him central, it ain't happening. Mason Mount's been dragged. You know, he might as well have not been on the pitch. Honestly, I didn't even know he was on the pitch. Maybe he still thinks he plays for Chelsea because he looks confused. Pace and pound, he looks confused. Man said he's a vegan butcher. Oh, Maddison's been balling. 40 million. As I said, and you know me, I keep it 100. It's a good job they don't have Kane because they look a different team. They've got a manager that wants to attack. Basuma looks like prime Basuma that was at Brighton. He's bullied their midfield. And this brother Sarr, I didn't even know much about him. Quick, mobile, strong. And then Maddison, the orchestrator. Here come United. Bruno Fernandes, shots blocked. They don't look hungry, United, honestly. The good thing that we can say about Tottenham, that I still don't think they'll be that good, Richarlison up front is not the one. You know, for me, they should be spending that Kane money on a striker. But, you know, there aren't many good strikers around, and Ivan Toney is banned. How do they not get Maddison? He's balling. Bro, switching between you and Saeed. Wait for school fuggery to cook. Not mad at a United loss. Listen, United loss means you've got more people to banter, because I'm sure, like most of you, I know a lot of Man United fans, so there'll be a lot more banter. But yeah, not happy to see Spurs. Look, they've been an absolute mess. Here's Casemiro. He's been awful today. What I will say for Casemiro, they're stitching him up. Here's Dalot, gets the byline, crosses it deep. No one's there. Here's Sancho at the back post. 4 minutes to go. Luke Shaw. Cross is deflected, headed away. Basuma has been everywhere. Been absolutely everywhere. Comes out again. I prefer not. Remember when they said Martinez was better than Saliba? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it was April the 1st that day, but they need to relax. They need to relax. Remember, Lisandro wasn't starting for Argentina in the World Cup. They were playing Otamendi and Romero. Yeah, Saliba's a big boy. Here's Palestri. Gets down the side. He's done well. That's a penalty. Is that a penalty? He gives a goal kick. Wow. I thought that was a penalty. Maybe Palestri dived. There's a VAR check. Palestri gets down the side of Ben Davies. Is there any contact? I mean, I think that's... Ben Davies almost looks like he trips himself up. I'm not sure. I feel like that's clumsy. I don't think he's given a penalty anyway. Listen, United have lost anyway. There's no point in getting a consolation. If they're going to lose, they might as well get smashed. Nando's FC is killing the game. Hope they keep it up, says Blake. I mean, listen, I'm trying not to focus on any positive for them. I'm looking more at the negatives for United. Man United have spent nearly 200 million and they look awful. They look absolutely awful. Brio says tonight's Nando's might slap the Devils. Man, some fun. As I always said, man, you can't support a team with a nickname called the Red Devils, man. That's some funny business, man. I'm not on that. I'm a righteous man. We ain't supporting them things. Man United, I love watching them lose. It's beautiful. Not only have they lost, they've been battered. Make no mistake about it. They have been annihilated here in this second half. Wow. I mean, first half, it was a boring game. They did have the best chance of the first half. Bruno missed an absolute sitter. Nando said, can we stop calling them Nando's? How about KFC or Sam's Chicken? Maybe we'll downgrade it. Maybe Nando's is too high quality, and obviously your name Nando's. We don't want to disrespect you. Bruno loses the ball. 55% possession for Sam's Chicken. 7 shots on target. Basuma, got to be man of the match. Look, even now, he's still... oh, my days. It's ridiculous. Give it him again. He's been the best player on the pitch. This is prime Basuma. Absolute prime Basuma. Just as I say that, he loses the ball. He's trying to do skills. I'd only say he's like 2-star skill moves on for the FIFA fans in the chat. Here's Maddison, left-hand side. Doesn't have a lot of support. Does he need it? Tries a mad pass to Son, doesn't quite find him. Brighton Basuma looks very much back. I can't even lie. What was Conte doing with Basuma? I think Conte's one of these managers. I don't think Conte signed Basuma. I think that their board decided to buy him. I think Conte's so stubborn. If he doesn't really want the player, even if he's good, he won't give him a chance. Header by Casemiro, straight at the goalkeeper who catches it. Listen, very interesting. I don't like to make judgments based off one game. It's too early, but are we now looking at a United? Somebody said in the chat earlier, if Man United carry on like this, they won't even get top 4. They've got no divine right to just get in the top 4. They weren't great last season. And it looks like they're going to... Listen, like I said, I think a lot will depend on Højlund. They need a target through the middle so that they can free up Rashford back on the left. Playing Rashford through the middle, it ain't going to work. He doesn't even look comfortable playing through the middle. So until that happens, it ain't going to work. Please. They miss Weghorst. I don't know about that, but anyway, they definitely need someone up there. They definitely need someone. Here come United. Palestri. It's looked lively since he came on. Finds Dallo. Dallo skips Davies. It's a poor cross. Who clears it? No one else other than Basuma, who's been everywhere. Let's get the timer on so that you can see the time. I don't love the Yankees cap. Listen, I'm not a Yankees fan. Just, you know. Went New York, got the New York cap. Went LA, got the LA cap. I was just trying to pay homage, you know. Kane was holding Spurs back. Wow. Do you know the interesting thing? I don't agree with that, by the way, because I still don't think with Richarlison up front it looks as good. Sometimes you can have a star player and you play around him too much. And the rest of the team kind of... I felt United were doing that at times when Ronaldo returned for this second spell. I felt like when Zlatan was there, they were doing that because, you know, the type of player they had. So, listen, I don't think they're better, but you may see players come out of their shell a little bit more without him being there. Even the way Basuma's taking the ball on the edge of the box, just putting his foot on it and just turning. You might think it just looks like something little, but you can see the confidence in him to just take the ball. Højbjerg ain't doing that for Tottenham. Actually, but I hear your name blocked. I do hear you. I fully hear you. Entertainment at its finest. We will be bantering Man United content creators and also whoever your Man United friends are. Get onto them. Lucky 1-0 win against Wolves when they got bopped. And then they've been dealt with. Absolutely dealt with by the Spuds. Porro. Oh, Emerson Royale's on. I didn't even realise that. Højbjerg. Look at Basuma. Look how calm he is. Just takes it off Martial. Can they get a third? Tottenham on the break. Perisic finds Maddison. Shots blocked. Shot. Oh, another one blocked. That was a good strike as well. Bullied. Casemiro. Champions League winner just getting bullied. Look. Ball whipped in. Oh, cleared away. It's up in the air. Onana will take it. I actually think Onana's had a decent game. I know they've conceded 2. Nothing he could do about the goals, really. Maybe the second one is a bit flat-footed. But the United defence was shambolic. Cello, we better win on Monday because we'll be bantering Man United fans, so then we better handle business. I'm confident. I think we beat Palace on Monday. Vivek said after Champions League, Mount thought he made it. Media hyped him. Big ego. He's regressed. Mount and Havertz are not worth more than 35 million. I've seen them play 100 games. Listen, I'm not even going to lie. The few Chelsea fans that I know, they've all said they don't rate Mount and Havertz. Prime Basuma is back. Unbelievable that he went for 30 million. He's been given man of the match as well by Sky. There's no doubt he's been head and shoulders above anyone. To be fair, the next best players are the two midfielders next to him. Goldbridge is typing a CV. Listen, they can't make... Listen, sometimes as a fan, you got to hold your hands up and say you got dealt with. One thing I say about this United team, I just don't think... You know, for the FIFA fans, chemistry, I still don't think they have a huge amount of chemistry. They don't strike me as a team where they get on with each other that well. I feel like they turn up, they train, they go home in their big car. I don't think a lot of these guys really have great connections as players. I watch Wan-Bissaka on the right with Anthony. They don't link up that well. I think Luke Shaw and Rashford connect when he's on the left. But when he plays through the middle, no chance. Bruno and Mount, there's no connection. Casemiro looks like he's just begging for someone to play in the pivot next to him because he's being exposed by himself. You're setting him up. You don't want your 31-year-old DM playing by himself with two number 8s in front of him. Mount don't want the ball, and Bruno does want the ball. You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All red connection lines, man. I'm telling you, no chemistry on FIFA. No chemistry. It's all mad. Good players with no chem. Varane finds Luke Shaw. I actually think Luke Shaw's had an alright game, but, you know, just as I say that, he has a heavy touch, although he did get away with it. He's got support, gets it out wide, and shot, and it goes over. I think that's a corner. Casemiro, the technique didn't look great anyway. Casemiro looks like he's ready to go Saudi. I'm telling you, maybe it's just because he ain't got a midfield partner next to him, but he looks like that year in the Prems took 10 years off him. He looks like an old man. Maybe he just needs to go Saudi, man, get 700 grand a week and chill. He's won everything in Madrid anyway. A corner whipped in, header in the air. We got a minute and a half to go. Here's Sancho. You might as well hit it. Just hit it, man. Gets it out wide. Are United going to get anything? Eriksen whips it in. Header hits the crossbar. And it's Varane. I think he was offside anyway. It's a great ball in, to be fair, from Eriksen. Former Tottenham player, of course. Varane's offside anyway. Heads it onto the bar. And that could be that, people. What we got left? A minute and 15 seconds. Khalid said, Big C, I ain't going to lie, we're defo blessed with that Rice deal. Listen, let me make one thing clear. A lot of people got on to me when we signed Rice. They go, oh, you said he's overpriced. But I always said one thing. If the manager wants him, pay the money even if you overpay. When you look at it nowadays, Liverpool got rid of Fabinho at 29 because he looked like his legs were gone. Right? You look at United, their number 6 is 31 and at the moment looks like an old man. City are all right. They've got Rodri. We've got a 24-year-old with loads of energy, with loads of potential that can get better. Man said overpriced. I love that one, Rasta. That's a banger. I should have said that myself. Not overpriced, overpriced. But his best years are ahead of him. So, you know, at the moment... Oh, Basuma gives away a free kick edge of the box. This will be the last attack of the game. And Partey's 30 for us. So we needed a younger, energetic player that could protect the back four. Yeah, we paid a lot of money. Yeah, he was overpriced. Overpriced. But he'll be at the club for years. He'll give his best years of his career to this club. So no problem. Big up Nicholas with the super sticker. Appreciate it, bro. Big up everyone locked in. 1,500 of you in the chat, which is amazing for a neutral watch along, and obviously there's a lot of United and Tottenham creators. This will be the last attack of the game. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Bruno Fernandes free kick right on the edge of the box. I will be trolling United fans after this. Casemiro definitely has no midfield partner. He's getting into his latter years. He's being set up to fail. Bruno free kick over the bar. It's horrible. It stinks. United have been awful. He smiles on that ratty face of his, but we all know he doesn't really mean it. He's moaning, he's cursing. Someone from Tottenham's probably said something to him. But it's a beautiful scene. A triggered Bruno Fernandes. Was it Romero who said something to him? Richarlison and Sarr having a little a little friendly fight on the bench. And listen, nah, people, I'm not doing the City watch along, unfortunately. Full-time whistle goes, people. Full-time whistle goes. AKA 7 Ten Hag. AKA Eric Ten Frog. He gets slapped. Eric Ten Fraud, I meant. He gets slapped 2-0 by Tottenham. Horrible performance by Manchester United. And listen, the second half was much, much better. I really enjoyed that. Tottenham were very good, which I didn't like to see. But credit where credit's due. They cooked Manchester United in that second half. The first goal, good finish by Pepe Sarr. And the second goal, an own goal by Lisandro Martinez. Basuma, back to Brighton Basuma, the best player on the pitch. Dominated the midfield. Son played well. Maddison played well. Sarr played well. United were horrible. And they've lost 2-0. Big up to everyone tuned in. Thank you very much. I will have an Arsenal video out tomorrow morning. Big up to everyone locked in. Enjoy the Man City game. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And thank you very much for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. And I'll see you all tomorrow, people. Bless!